Hello and welcome to Gptv on Tuesday the 5th of August. My name's Philip Kingston.
And I'm Darren Krongold.
And you are Darren Krongold, and it's great to have you sitting beside me on Gptv in this beautiful day. How good's the weather at the moment?
It was only just under 2 degrees this morning when we woke up.
Darren, you know, you haven't stopped complaining since you've come back from your... How many weeks were you away on holiday?
4 weeks.
4 weeks of holiday in the sun, the heat...
Yeah. 32 degrees.
You hit the shops of Paris and Rome and Hong Kong and did some damage on your credit card.
And London, yes.
Did you have a good time?
Yeah, it was fantastic. The kids loved it. Never seen Europe, so they really enjoyed it. It was really good experience for all of us.
And the funny thing about Darren when he's on holiday is you can send him a text, does not matter what time of the day it is, and you get a response within 30 seconds. So this is the real estate agent that might take 4 weeks off. But are you ever not working?
No, I never not work. But I'll tell you what, the hardest place to communicate is London because of the time change. When you guys have finished the day, we're just getting up. And when we're going to bed, you're just starting. So the time of working with people in London.
So when we open a London office of Gary Peer and Associates, it's going to be difficult to communicate. Absolutely. Is that what you're saying?
It'll be all hours of the morning.
Well, it's good to have you back, Dorks, because you are always an inspiration in the office because your energy is infectious. And when you're not in the office for 4 weeks, I don't know. It's kind of. I never thought I'd say this, but I missed you.
Thanks. Well. Good to be back.
Yeah, good to have you back. Let's talk about the weekend that was, because we had a great weekend.
Yeah, good weekend.
We had 9 auctions on the weekend and sold 8 out of 9, which gave us a clearance rate, Darren, of 8. Actually, I looked at the figures. This is a great lucky number in Asia. We sold 88.888889%.
That's right.
So lucky number. The industry average was 74, which will get scaled back to 71 as it always does. So we smashed the industry average yet again.
Yep.
We had some great results across the weekend. Let's talk about a few of them.
Yeah, let's have a talk.
Okay, Darren, with some amazing results across the weekend in no particular order. We had an amazing auction at 9 at 53 Balaclava Road, Caulfield North, which sold under intense competition for $452,000. Interesting side note on this property, another agent sold a property there a few months ago, apparently which was as good as this or no better. And they sold theirs for $370,000. Wouldn't it be nice to put the agent up on screen, which we're not going to do, of course, but that's a mind-boggling result.
Huge result.
Because our reserve was around that selling price of $370,000.
Right.
So to sell a property that far over the reserve, quite incredible. We sold a lovely apartment prior to auction, apartment number 35 at 167 Fitzroy Street. That was sold prior to auction for $570,000. Interesting story there, Darren, because the buyer came down from Sydney to visit their friend that lived in the building.
Yep.
They saw the property at an open for inspection and decided to buy it.
Amazing.
So their Sydney people bought an investment in Melbourne. And the funny part about it is that their friend in Melbourne that's living in the building is going to move out of their rented apartment and be their friend's tenant. So one of those lovely little real estate stories. We had an amazing result at number 49 Trevelyan Street in Elsternwick. Tell us about that house, Darren.
Yeah, that was a gorgeous weatherboard renovated home. And it achieved they were very excited with the price, and they were talking about it this morning in the meeting. Yeah,
well, we had a reserve there of $990,000 and sold it for $1,220,000. That's kind of 23% over the reserve price. Just goes to show how thumpingly good the market is.
The market is good.
Darren, you and Sally were handling a property in Field Street.
Yeah.
What number Field Street was that?
Number 24 Field Street.
Tell us about that property, Darren, because that went well.
Again, that was a great home. Another weatherboard, double story, 5 bedrooms. Had a fantastic feel of space, high ceilings, open to the north with a great garden and in-ground pool. And we had 2 parties competing very hard on that one.
And interestingly, you sold that property, sold for $1,660,000.
That's right.
Which was in excess of the reserve. But you sold it to a lovely fellow that you've been showing properties for how many years now?
3 years I've been working with this gentleman. And I'd sold him his last property. And 3 years ago, he rang me and said, I'm starting to look again. And he's very excited, and we've actually listed
the viewers might be interested to know that once Darren gets a hold of you, he's not going to let you go until he finds you a property. And buyers tell me this all the time, that the service levels they get from you is extraordinary. That's a typical pattern for you.
Yeah.
3 years, calling them virtually every week until you get a sale. But nice to sell them a really good property. And of course, you did list their property immediately that afternoon at number 105 Kooyong Road, Caulfield North, which we we won't talk about this show, but we will talk about in the next
come back to
couple of weeks. Lovely sale at number 55A Snowdon Avenue. That was handled by Leon Guzenfitter and Leor Samuels from our office. I love that sort of real estate. These solid brick 1970s units.
So do I.
In original condition, I don't think much had been spent on that property since 1975. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, front solid brick unit, reserve of $800,000, sold for a wonderful $890,000.
Prices today.
Big crowd at that auction too. Yeah, there's some really good crowds out there at the moment.
Snowdon's a good street, so it's
but the crowds is telling me that the market is alive and well.
Yeah.
And we had 5 people bidding on that, so it was quite extraordinary. 23A Larch Street, Caulfield South. We were talking about this one in the meeting, Darren, about how that the entry level now into Caulfield South for a nice small home is really now around $1 million.
Yeah, we can't get much for $1 million.
So Darren, whilst the price is that is undisclosed, it really does confirm that the entry level into South Caulfield is now in excess of $1 million for something like that. But a really good property, and I love that position, walking distance to the tram and Hawthorne Road and Sycamore Street. Darren, let's talk about this weekend that's coming up. We've got a big weekend, the second weekend of August. We've got 13 auctions this weekend with some exciting properties in all different price ranges. So let's have a look. Let's have a look at what's on offer this weekend. Darren, we've got an auction on Thursday this week, which is unusual, but we've got a huge development site in Neeram Road in Glen Huntly. Numbers 143, 145, 147 Neeram Road, Glen Huntly. Interesting story to this property because we've got 3 different owners. Neeram Road is a development zone in Glen Huntly. So we actually managed to get 3 owners to sell together.
Unbelievable.
Which is quite extraordinary.
Quite unique,
and we have a total land holding there of 1,672 square metres. That's going to be auctioned on Thursday, so come along if you're interested in doing some development. On Saturday we bounced the ball first up at number 8 Grey Street, Brighton, which is a property I've been handling together with Arlene Joffe from our office. That's a really fabulous family home, 5 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, plenty of off-street car parking, gorgeous swimming pool, back garden. That's a house that I've really enjoyed handling together with Arlene. Next property up on Saturday is a property at number 7A Meredith Street, Elwood. Tell us about that, Darren. Goes to auction at 10:30 on Saturday morning.
Yeah, that looks like a really immaculate, clean, double-storey townhouse, 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom, 2.5 bathroom, 1 car spot, and in a really good position in Elwood.
Now that's being handled by Daniel Michmacher with a price range of $880,000 to $960,000. Great real estate, and you can't go wrong buying anything in Elwood. We've then at 11:30 got town residence number 3 at 465 Kooyong Road, Elstonwick, which has been quoted in the 7s. I think we've got pretty good interest in that. That's a 2-storey, 3 bedroom, 2.5 bathroom townhouse.
And freestanding. They're good blocks, those ones.
That's a really good property and immaculately looked after by the owners. Great investment at 11:30 at apartment number 4 at 92 Waverley Road, Malvern East. Something in the $400,000 range, Darren. Tell us about that.
Yeah, that's a great apartment, and it's modern and it's been refurbished and cleaned up, and it's 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom and 1 car spot.
And great position there in Waverley Road in Malvern East. So Darren, before we get into 17 Hawthorne Avenue, Caulfield North, we've got to wipe the smiles off our face because this filming has been interrupted by a wild pussycat that has been playing havoc with the filming.
That's right.
So there've been a lot of jokes about that cat, of which when we have the bloopers that finally airs, our career is going to be completely over. Darren, this is a property that I've been involved with together with Benjamin Rothschild and Lisa Alberts from our office. I love this house. It's got the most gorgeous facade, surprise package with a 2nd-storey addition at the back. 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, off-street car parking. One of my favourite positions, Hawthorne Avenue, because you can literally walk out your door, walk to Caulfield Park, walk to a Fitzy, walk to the spot. And the viewers know I love my coffee, but to be able to buy a house walking distance to 2 great cafes, I think that's cosmopolitan living at its finest, Darren. We move on to Siddeley Street in the Docklands. Tell us about this.
And this is exciting. I mean, I go for dinner in the area all the time, so it's great to have an apartment up there and see all this development being built. This is an amazing apartment that's got 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. They've got gyms, indoor swimming pools, just a real lifestyle, and being close to the city and probably going to Etihad football all the time. I mean, it's a great position.
Let's talk about the Docklands for a moment, because I reckon Docklands gets a lot of bad press. Every time I go down there, I find it a really happening, jumping place. And keeping in mind that it's still got a lot of development to go there.
Absolutely.
You know, and when you're there, you look out your front door and there's the city just there.
Yeah,
so you've got all of
absolutely.
this wonderful water, the restaurants, and it's going to gather momentum.
It is gathering momentum. The food's getting better and better all the time. And in summer, it's really busy there. In Saturdays, Sundays, Friday nights, it's really
There's a
good.
real buzz. And look, to all of those knockers that just want to criticise everything new in Melbourne, you know, if you're a visitor from overseas or from interstate and you arrive not knowing any of the bad press about Docklands, you'd walk around there going, wow,
Yeah, exactly.
how amazing is this?
It's easy access to everything.
So sick of the knockers that have to knock everything. You know, how good is that area? So let's move on to a property that you've been handling, Darren. Apartment number 3, or town residence number 3 at 18 Pierce Street in Caulfield South, with a price quote of $650 to $715. How are you going on this one?
This is, we're going okay on this one, and it's got for auction this Sunday, and it's quite deceiving. It's a town residence, it's standalone, it's 3 bedrooms, 2 toilets, 2 car spots. It's like a house, and it's very spacious inside, and we expect it to go quite well on Sunday.
We're moving on from there, Darren, to another one of your listings at number 18 Hewenden Road. That's going to be 11:30 on Sunday.
Yeah, there's going to be a thumper of
I love that house.
Yeah.
We did Gptv there last week, and I also think that I've been to this house on a number of occasions. East St Kilda, hot as.
Yeah.
Hewenden Road, you couldn't get a better position. Gorgeous double-fronted kind of Californian bungalow with land, and you can move straight into it. It's gorgeous. I
It's
love
actually
this
quite
house.
deceiving from the street, because it's actually a really good size home, and it's very livable, and we've had thumping numbers through there every weekend, averaging somewhere around about 30-40 people. So it's been received very well. I'm very excited to see how we go this weekend.
Hopefully we're going to have a good result, because the vendors there, very nice people, I
Lovely.
don't mind saying, and we'll just suck up to them on camera so that they give
He's
us
happy we've been selling it, because he's been skiing every weekend. So
Has he really?
He's really enjoyed it.
Didn't know he was a skier. I'll have to have a chat with him about that. Great development site at 12:30 on Sunday at number 5 Bowles Avenue, Caulfield North. This is a tremendous property. Bowles Avenue is a great spot, kind of near Caulfield Racecourse, near the Caulfield Park, near the tram and Balaclava
It's
Road.
on the west side, so
And
it gets all the lights.
Absolutely,
all the right
really good spot.
orientation.
Now, you can build a single house there, you can build 2 townhouses
right.
subject to council approval, or just buy it and maintain it as an investment. So that's a really good property. We've been quoting 1.25 to 1.4, good value there, I think. Moving on, Darren, at 1:30 to number 25 Kooyong Road, Caulfield North. Now, I've dropped into this property a couple of times, seen you at the open for inspections there, together with Sally Zellman, Judy Zhu, Daniel Fisher.
That's right.
I've really enjoyed going to that inspection because it's a super house.
This is a really good, solid home. It's got 3 bedrooms, study, open plan, but the good thing about it's single level. And a lot of people out there today, some people don't want double stories, but this is single. It's a good position. You're close.
Great position.
You've got a great back garden. You've got 650 square metres of land.
We've been quoting on that one, Darren, 1.2 to around the 1.4 mark. That's a really good house. I really like the polished timber floorboards throughout. That's a house you can move straight into.
Sure.
Our last auction for the day is at 2:30, which is a property I've been involved with at number 5 Bialaba Road. Have a look at this house, Darren. I love this house. I dropped into the open for inspection on the weekend. That front balcony, viewers, looks out over Bialaba Road, but it's quite raised. It's above the ground, which sounds ridiculous because, of course, it's above the ground. But if you stand on that terrace, facing north, with all of that light flooding through to your lounge dining room, you can actually see the sweeping city skyline. I'm pretty sure I was looking at Eureka Tower from there. So you've actually got a great view. We've had people look at that to move straight into. We've had people look at it to do a renovation. We've even had some people say, look, you know what, I want to build my dream home so I can build a second story there, subject to council approval, and get those sweeping city views. Now, we've been quoting that at 1,100,000 plus. I think we've got good interest in that house, a really good house. Darren, let's talk about this house where we are at the moment at number 23 Alfada Street, Caulfield South. I'm in absolute love with this house. Have you had a good look through here?
Yeah, no, I've had a good look and I've seen it before in the past, but they're just immaculate people, and it's a fantastic floor plan, and it feels like a great lifestyle here.
I thought this house was actually brand new. It's not. We're not going to give its age away because you just don't do that. But I thought this house was brand new, but it's better than brand new because the garden is mature and established and fabulous. I haven't seen a chip or a scratch here. And congratulations to the vendors who not only have designed this house so beautifully, but they've looked after it so well, and it's so magnificently furnished. This is the sort of house that you walk into, and I reckon on auction day the buyer should just say, look, can we just have everything that's here, the furniture, the cutlery, the crockery, the vases.
I want to settle quickly so I can get the summer.
Yeah, and how fabulous is that swimming pool? You know, it's self-cleaning swimming pool and our fresco area. This house is one of the best that I've seen in years.
Very good. And it's north facing, which again makes it really good, all day sun, morning and afternoon. So it's got a great feeling. It's 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms.
Study, home theatre.
It's got a double garage.
This is the Big Mac of houses, Darren, because it's the one with a lot.
Yeah.
So Darren, a smorgasbord of properties for auction this weekend. Bit of a buzz in the market. What do you think?
Yeah, no, the market's pretty good at the moment with a little bit limited stock out there that we're seeing at the moment. There's lots of people around. The weekend was very busy. Thank God the sun was out yesterday and it made it really nice and comfortable to work and for people viewing homes and auctions. So, but there is a good buzz out there and a good feeling. The market seems to be rolling nicely. And
let's talk about the market from a generalisation, viewers. With interest rates continuing to be at these record low levels, and really doesn't seem to be much sign of them going up.
No.
You know, if you talk to 10 economists, 5 will tell you it's going to go down, 5 will tell you that it'll go up. But the reality is there just seems to be no indication of interest rates rising. Darren Gary will be back in the hot seat next week, although the question is, will he be bearded and dishevelled after his, 3 months away? You'll have to tune in next week. Thanks for watching Gptv. Have a great week. I'm Philip Kingston.
I'm Darren Crongold.